Ah, America. Land of the brave and home of the free.
For me, I just like to have this image of people being like, USA. McDonald's.
Freedom, freedom, and freedom.
People do what they want to do.
This week on Lost in Translation, we bring you the only thing faker than Donald Trump's hair. American food.
In the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th centuries, right? The Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus, they were all sailing around the world to find spices.
Their version of Asian food here. Oh, it sucks. I don't understand. Terrible. American food in general, I mean, there's options.
In Singapore culture, like, food is just a big deal. Like they literally call our national pastime eating.
The food that we eat back home is like, there are a lot of spices. It's just a lot of really spicy, really tasty food.
So they tried to sail around, Cape of Good Hope. They tried to go, across China and try to get to India to find some spices. And after coming here, it's evident that they didn't find those spices ever, because they just don't exist in the food here.
Asian cooking is just very, very different to American cooking. Like, it's not as starchy, and there's not so many carbs and things.
When I want some specific Chinese food, they're like, I don't understand what that is. And I have to explain to them what that is, and they still don't understand.
I don't even know how to say it. The general TSO, Tsao. So, do you know what I'm talking about?
Stereotypical, general. Oh, yeah, the fried chicken.
That was I've never seen that before. I came here and I was like, and then the D said Singaporean lo mein one day, and I was like, oh.
No, my favorite's when they try to make rice, and then it doesn't actually taste like rice. And you're like, what is it?
I've been here for 2.5 years now, almost. I still don't understand mashed potatoes.
All the food here is so fake. Like, the chicken is fake. Everything is just fake. It's gross.
Yeah, the fruits are so fake.
Everything is on steroids.
Yeah.
I love American food. I think that's true that America runs on Dunkin'. I love Dunkin' Donuts. It's the best. If we talk about American food in general, I think that obviously Mexican food does not compare. And Mexican food is way, way better back home, and it's so delicious and it's so, so, so great. But that being said, I think variety is more available here.
So sometimes it's just hard to find what to eat almost.
Where else in the world can you get sushi on your pizza at 3 a.m.? New York.
What is this, right? It's you take potatoes, which don't have a taste, and you boil them so you take the texture out of it. Then you mash it so you absolutely take the texture out of it and put it in a big tray.
The Mexican food here is good enough that it resembles it a lot, so that I don't miss that. I can hold off for the 6 months that I'm away, and then I just get fat when I get home.
And you scoop it up. Have you know when you take it from the decent, it just plops?
Yeah.
I love potatoes, but you've taken the love out of them.
The smells, and it's you walk into a pub, for example, and you smell the sort of hardwood floor and the sort of smoky, if it's winter time, the sort of almost fireplace smell. And that can't really be replicated because you don't have that here. So it's not just the food, but maybe the experience that comes with that certain meal.
He mentioned, those Portuguese explorers going to India to find spice, and they came via South Africa on the way there. So we have quite a bit of Indian, influence back home. But then at the same time, we had a lot of British folks coming down to South Africa, and so there was these sort of opposite directional influences on our food there. So I'm pretty used to this war on flavor and spice and thoughts going both ways. So I feel pretty at home here.
We both have a shared motherland,
yeah,
which is Britain.
Yeah.
As most of us do.
So there you have it, folks. Bad American food is all the fault of the British. Next time you have a complaint, please address all letters to Queen Elizabeth II and wish her well on her long reign.
என்னோட பேர் துஷ்யந்த் Bangalore, India.
我叫姚若超，我是中国人。
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm from Singapore.
我叫斯明布桑呢，我是美国人，但是我的父母是伯利兹人。
Igami Wamingu Tim, Indulu from Swaziland.